Good day, everyone, and happy International Women's Day. Azlin Lutfi here from Pride Advice and Accounting, and today I am joined by our fabulous senior advisors in the Adelaide office, Tracey, Boam, and Renay Richardson. Ladies, thanks for being here with us today. Tracey, Renay, and myself felt that to mark this occasion of International Women's Day, we could have a bit of a chat about our respective journeys as females in finance and how we as advisors and accountants help our female clients meet their financial goals. However, to start off, I thought, Tracey, Renay, do you mind sharing what International Women's Day means to you?
I think it's a day for us as women to take a moment and just reflect on where we are and what we've achieved. It doesn't matter what you do or what your job is. I think everybody's had a journey to get there. And I think it's also perhaps a moment to share with some other successful females or females that you would regularly speak to, and just remind yourself of the good things you do on a regular basis. And I think it's probably important just to take some personal time out, a nice walk or a massage, a glass of wine, anything that's going to make you happy.
I absolutely agree with both those points, ladies. I think it is a day to recognize and celebrate the different successes that you can have as a woman, whether it be professional or personal.
Absolutely. And what are you doing to celebrate, Azlin?
I think I might get my nails done after your idea there, Tracey.
Jolly good plan.
Yeah. Tracey, could we start off with you? If you could kick off yours and share your story of how you got here.
So I always had a great interest in finances and financial planning, but from school I chose the journey of taking on board an apprenticeship and became a hairdresser, travelled the world, got married, came back to settle in Adelaide, and when I was home with very young children, decided this was my opportunity to get my studies. So I used to get up at 4:30 in the morning and do my study before the children woke up in the morning, and set about that wonderful journey of struggling with family life and study. Was very fortunate that once I had got myself to a place where I could go into the workforce, my husband swapped roles and was Mr. Mum. So I went out there and very much took on board the empathy and understanding. And, however many years later, here I am being a wonderful advocate for supporting women in the financial world.
Wow, that's very admirable, and that's really interesting that your husband was supportive in your return to work, because I think that's important for females who are women who are coming back to work, to enable them to get back into their careers and having that support at home.
Yes.
Renay, what about you? Do you mind sharing your story and your background of how you got here?
Well, I actually didn't seek out a career in financial services initially. I left school and had various support roles working in financial planning businesses, and I thought it was traditionally a male-dominated field, and there was a real gap there of females in the industry, and I thought that was something that I'd like to explore further. So, like Tracey, I studied with young children, completed my studies and pursued my career as a financial advisor.
Absolutely, and I think that's something that we're still working on, having that gap close, because we do see that females are underrepresented in our industry, especially those in senior positions. I suppose with my journey, it's a bit more traditional. I did accounting at school and I found out that I was really good at it, so I decided to continue down that path, and it became my career. So my journey to where I am now did come with its own bumps and hurdles, but I found that I owe a lot of my successes to strong mentorship. I've been fortunate enough to have some really strong, impressive mentors, and that's something that I personally want to continue and mentor young women who are in their early stages of their career, because it's important. I think now as women who are in senior positions in finance, it's important for us to share our experiences with our younger cohort and give them those valuable insights that we went through to allow them to navigate their own careers.
Agreed.
So speaking of helping other women, let's have a chat about how we help and support our female clients through meeting their financial goals. Tracey, I think you've had a few instances actually where you've had clients come to you after a significant life event, and they've come to you for help. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So for me, I work quite a lot in the female financial planning space, and as you say, Azlin, often something's triggered somebody's need to come in and get advice. And I can think of a recent case where I had a lady that had lost her husband. He was the predominant, financial guru in their house. She had some life insurance. She didn't know how to go about claiming it. And she didn't know how she was going to live. Things that were really, really important to her. And I think, this is something that we do quite often, and I'm sure, Renay, you have very similar. It's about us, sort of taking away that stress and just helping them to work through what it is they need. A lot of them don't even know what their budget is, what sort of things they'd like to do, can they afford to do, and, just making sure that we cover all of those bases and set something up that is extremely streamlined for them so that they can understand and continue on their ongoing journey.
Absolutely, and I think it's more common and more often than not when you see that the husband plays the dominant role in managing the finances between a couple. So it can be very daunting, when you're left as a single woman to try and sort of navigate the whole financial conundrum that, all of a sudden you've got this fallen into your lap. And I think as accountants and advisors, it's our role to guide them through that. There's no question that's too silly at all. So I, do hope that the point to that is that if you are looking for some guidance, or even if you'd like an initial chat with us, do give us a call and we'd be pleased to hear from you. Renay, do you have any stories that you'd like to share with your own clients or a case study?
Yeah, I think over the last year I've spent a considerable amount of time with one client in particular whose marriage broke down after 30 plus years, and as you just mentioned, her husband had taken the dominant role with the finances, and so not only did she have all the emotion to deal with of her marriage breaking down, but also that lack of confidence in how to move forward. Yeah. So our job is very much about educating and, baby steps a lot of the time. And in that particular instance, it was also about bringing our adult children into the conversation so that she had trustworthy people around her to support her with her decision making and her learning over time. And she's come a long way over the last 12 months and she'll learn a lot more as we go through, but it's very, very rewarding to help people to take all those steps in the right direction.
Absolutely, and I think that's an important bit. When you educate, we're empowering our clients to manage and take the reins of their own finances, which is really important.
Very much so.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for your time today and joining us to mark this occasion of International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.